See, and these are flush cuts, right? So you get it flush, and then right at the last moment, you turn it, and you cut it at 45. That way, when you're trying to find your wrist, will find that. So,
dude, that's super pro.
This is like leaving a trail for all the other mechanics that work behind me.
I like that. Even if you're blind, you'll find your way.
That's right.
Every blind nut finds a squirrel.
This is Braille for mechanics. Followed by a few choice words, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, girl.
What do you think, Phil?
I think it looks pretty awesome, dude. You know, it's hard to like envision it until it all starts to, you know, kind of come together. I've got a bunch of pictures of unfinished trucks that I've owned. Sitting beside that thing.
Sitting beside Frankenstein?
Yeah, I'm gonna get, here's another one. We'll just add it to the pile.
I don't know, this one looks like it's going the right direction.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on it?
I think it looks awesome. My thoughts are, we got a lot of work to do.
All right, we're just jumping into this because you guys had asked and we kind of forgot, but Blake remembered, and here we are talking about his project truck.
Yeah, so we got a 82 F100 Buttermilk is what I named her. So 83, I believe, is the last year of the F100. I think it was like a split year, so this one is still an F100, which I think is pretty cool. So I think 83, halfway through, they did away with the F100, called everything F150s. And I don't know if there was any difference. I think maybe the bolt pattern, like the wheel pattern, was different. This is still 5 on 5.5. So we've got a set of the DJM drop beams, and then I've got a flip kit that's in the shop that we'll do. And then once we get the flip kit done, I'll order drop springs to match whatever the rear is. I'm thinking it'll be more like a 5.7 drop, probably. As low as I can get it. I know there's a few out there that are like 6.9s, so, but I don't know. No, 6.9, is that right? 6 in the front? Yeah, and then maybe 9 in the back, or 6.8.
Oh, you're talking about the drop?
Yeah, the drop.
I don't know enough about the truck drops.
Yeah, there's a really cool one on Instagram. It's called like Long Box Low. It's a white one just like this. It's pretty cool, so y'all can check that out. But yeah, you guys want to see? You want to see inside Buttermilk?
Yeah, let's check it out.
She's a cream puff, man. So I stripped all the interior. It's a super clean truck. There's hardly any rust, and I've got like all new carpet.
Yeah, solid floors.
Door panels. All the new weather stripping for the windows and all the windshield too. And I'm gonna go back with the stock wheels with the center caps.
Oh, I like those, yeah.
And so here's a question I have. Should I do white walls or not? Like a thin white wall? Yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. So you can see too the hood kind of bows up here. That's from the hood hinges.
No, dude, that's a heat extractor.
Yeah, right?
Badass.
And it's just on one side,
just coming out.
But we're gonna fix that. Oh, let's check out under the hood. I'll let you see what Melvin Toast is packing.
Woo wee!
Yep.
Look at that.
The old invisible inline 6. That's what it had in it. And I converted it to power steering. And next week I will put the brake booster and master cylinder on. So I'd like to get it rolling pretty soon because Casey says it's kind of trashing up the neighborhood, which I feel like the property value is going up when people drive by, don't you? Oh yeah, so like when these hood hinges, the springs get rusted, you'll go to shut the hood, and and they
stick, and that's where the hood flexed.
Yep. That's probably what it was right there. Somebody left
Was
their
that
magnet.
some of your...
Some magnet. I
Was
don't
it?
know.
Oh.
I think it came with the truck. So I got a 302. It's bone stock with an E-cam and intake and carb and exhaust, and so it ought to make about 220 horse. Hey, but it'll sound like a Fox body, and that's all I care
There you
about.
go.
So Casey was giving me shit about not putting a Coyote in it, and
I'm so glad you resisted.
he was like, I got a deal for you. If you buy this Coyote, I'll throw in the control pack for free. And I was like, that ain't gonna happen, man. I'm putting a 302 carbureted. I'll be out there smoking cigarettes, tuning the carburetor, just ashes falling into. I'm just kidding, I don't smoke.
I love it, man. I love it.
So he can have his Coyote gang, and I'm starting my own wolf pack.
I'll be with you, dude.
There you go.
I've
You're
got
like,
a 302
you're
already.
like the fourth person in the wolf pack. It's me, Keenan, Canton, and Nick.
Nice.
And KC can suck it.
Yeah.
Because he's a hater. So we're just gonna clear it, leave it just like it is, and just put a clear coat over it.
I like it.
Like a flat satin colored clear, if that makes sense.
I love that you're just trying to get it going, man.
Yeah, that's really what it's gonna be. Just cruise it. No horsepower.
Welcome back. Phil's truck, we got back from Good Guys. We had a lot of bad weather while we were out there. I think it deterred a lot of people from coming out too. But in all reality, it still turned out to be a pretty good weekend. They set up their vendor section a little different, but the show cars in the middle, which even though there was low attendance at the show, it seemed like we had more traffic over by us, which was awesome. And Philip's truck got a lot of attention, which I know he was excited, and so are we about it. Y'all haven't seen it kind of put together at this point either, so we got the wheels on, tires on, brakes on, chassis built. The cab is on and all squared up. The front end is on and squared up so that we can start blocking this thing together. I finished the firewall, the bodywork's done on the firewall of it. Radiators in, everything that we kind of test fit has worked out well and all fits in here pretty good. After we had these valve covers done, with the short valve covers it wasn't an issue, but we're gonna have to move the motor probably maybe 1/4 to 3/8 forward because our valve cover is pretty tight to the firewall and we don't wanna have to worry about any rubbish. So other than that, we had the inside blasted where the floor, because there wasn't any rust. Well, I say there's no rust holes. There's one little teeny rust blow through in here. And it was the only one. It was kind of weird. But one little spot there where there's a little pinhole, so we'll have to cut that out and do a patch on it and seal it. But just because the seam seal was given out or whatever, the paint on the floor was just kind of like, it wasn't rust underneath, but you could kind of scrape it off. So we just had it blasted. Dug out some seam sealer, put a couple coats of epoxy on it. Good to go. So that's Phillips. I'm super excited about it. I think he is too. Today we brought last night, Luke and I brought my 68 up here because about 6 months ago, I finally got the motor back in it, and it's had this weird, it's almost like, almost like a grounding issue. It feels like an injector's cutting out, coil's not firing right or whatever. It'll cruise down the road, it'll idle, but it kind of we did a leak down test, compression test, no codes in the computer for any misfires or anything. So I don't know what's going on. We pulled the harness. Blake and Philip pulled the harness out today, and because we thought it was broke down, there had to pinch wire or something. There was no wires pinched, or they all ohmed out good, which sucks because when you don't find something, that's kind of a bit of a kick in the balls. But whatever. It kind of sucks because the whole harness has been cut apart, and like this whole thing was cut apart. It doesn't look like much now, but like every wire on this motor had been changed. So from Ford Racing, the harness is meant, in the plugs and everything are meant for like stock location. So the computer is naturally just wants to sit right here. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to see any wires, didn't want to see anything. So it's got, if I'm saying this right, if not, I'm sure somebody will be glad to correct me. Deutsch connectors in the firewall. Two douche connectors, two Deutsch connectors in the firewall. So all the wiring, the Ford Racing harness was completely unloomed and cut, and then rerouted every single wire where I wanted it when we were building it. This is 2019 or whatever. So they terminate behind it, so whenever the thing's all together, you just see a little bit of loom, but you don't see any wires hanging out. And like, if there was a wire that needed to be up here in the engine harness, it was split and then goes to another Deutsch connector in the inner fender that comes down and like controls my fans and everything, because I don't like seeing any wires jumping back and forth. But for anybody who thinks they're going to be like, well, that's probably because you cut the harness up, it's been running fine for 3 years, 4 years. It was just this last time, motor 3, put the motor in, and it's running funny. We've never had this issue. The inside harness didn't come out. It was only the engine and the engine harness that came out this last time. And we put it back in, now it's not running right.
By the way, for those that have gone just a few videos back and watched the father and son breakdown, that's where engine number 1 broke on this thing.
That was engine 3.
No, you've gone through 3 engines, right? Or just 3 pieces? You broke the crank on it.
So
did you keep the block? See, it gets a little muddy.
I don't remember what motor that was.
Let's not think about it. I know. I can see the pain in your face thinking about it.
So this one broke. That video, it broke at the track. Fixed it. This motor broke leaving Waffle House at like 6:15 in the morning, because what better time to beat on your vehicle than leaving Waffle House? I'll send you the video, because it was right. Please. It was right up the street. Philip was behind me, because I'm like, oh yeah, red light, I'm gonna get on her, and yeah, I do. You see me hit second, rev limiter. Like, the balancer said it wanted to go a different direction. So it bounced around in here and did all kinds of crazy. I think the track was 2, that was 3. So this is motor 4. It's got like 2,000 miles on it. 4 motors. This one's got good potential though. So this one it did a billet crank, billet rods, forged pistons. It's got a crank support up front now, so now I can still bounce it off the rev limiter. That's what killed it. I think it's cool to do burnouts off the rev limiter.
I love the way that it sounds. It's aggressive.
Yeah, this one thing's a whoop, and it'll throw fire and stuff, and it looks cool. But that 10 rib and boost and bouncing, it just pulls the crank right off of it, or the balancer off of it. So,
dude, the supercharger whine on this thing is so intense. I remember the first time you flew by me on the highway.
It's loud. So it did 919 at the tires on motor 3 with 18 pounds of boost. This motor, we haven't dynoed it yet, but it makes like 23 pounds of boost. So it's not a whole lot. So 4 more pounds of boost. So yeah, 4 more pounds of boost. I got 1 more pulley I can go down. You don't want to do it.
You're trying to push for that 15?
I want to see
13.
I'd love to see 1100 at the tires.
1100, gotcha.
So were we taking this car apart, the 56 last week?
Yes. It was in pieces. The guys were body working.
Was it on the rotisserie yet?
No.
It was just the body itself, and like all the components were off, like the doors and fenders. So we got everything in epoxy except for the body itself, which they're in the booth right now getting it ready. They started working on the inner doors. I've got every single piece epoxied except for the top side of the deck lid and the body itself. So the body got blasted this week. He just did the bottom side and the inside and the firewall. He didn't do the quarters of the roof, so we had to DA all that. This thing was covered in gibs, because they said at these fab shops, they have to put something on them so they don't rust, right? I mean, I get it. It's just a pain in the butt for us to get all that gibs off. It just keeps wanting to seep out of cracks and behind seals, or not behind seals, but behind like overlap panels. So we finally got it all out. They've been working on that all day. I'll epoxy that today because I don't want to take a chance at all on it flash rusting, even before tomorrow morning. If it was in this room or whatever, there's no humidity, but if it's in the booth, like it's not climate controlled, so I would be worried that we would have an issue with it kind of wanting to give us a little orange, flash rusty. Blake worked on the rear end for the service truck, so I have 1 more week before the F100 Grand National Show, and we've got to get the rear end swapped, do a brake job in the front, and change out the master cylinder, because now I have disc brakes in the back. It's got a disc drum master cylinder, so we'll go disc, new booster. We ordered a Fat Fender Garage firewall bracket for the booster, so it'll hold, so I don't have to use the Ford booster setup because the bolt pattern on the back of them is different. All the aftermarket boosters now have like 3 3/8 square pattern, and the Fords are like 3.5 by 3 and something, so you can't just put like a dual diaphragm booster on there very easy. So Fat Fender makes a kit, and Jason sold me the firewall bracket and the push rod that goes to the pedal. It just came in today. Should we do an unboxing?
Oh, let's do an unboxing.
Let's do an unboxing.
Let's just do one.
Follow me, bro. Hey, if anybody needs a Samsung smart oven, hit me up. If anybody needs that. Brand new in the box. We bought it from Best Buy. And then it sat for a year in my garage at the house. We didn't use it. Best Buy my wife called and they said they'd take it back, and then she gets up there and they won't take it back. And then, so it gets dropped off here for whatever reason. And my guys think we need an oven. And we've already got 2 microwaves, an air fryer, a sandwich maker, a toaster. We don't need an oven. So if anybody needs a smart oven, hit me up. Anyways, back to this unboxing. Where should we do it?
I don't know. You need some table space.
All right. Here, we'll just do it here. Where all this mess doesn't run my truck anymore right now. Looks like a needed part.
If it makes it easier, you can take the mic off and clip it onto your shirt or hat.
I don't want to make it easier.
Okay.
Here. So here we got Fat Fender Garage, right? With my butter knife of a pocket knife here. All right.
Everybody's going to want to know your knife check.
My knife check?
Yeah.
Wore out. Cannot cut you. Kershaw. Chipped. If you could feel this, this is like the backcountry roads in a no-income town. It is bumpy. Won't cut you. It is a Kershaw Cryo 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Like even the tip isn't even sharp. I mean,
I think that was a $25 knife at Academy.
bro. Zips out there. Anywho, all right. So in this one, just because who doesn't like a tool that makes your job easier? I'm sure you could figure it out. But this little doohickey here that I bought from.
I know you love
Truck.
just buying new shiny things too.
I'm terrible on the Snap-on truck. This here, I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I don't know what this does. I'm probably gonna call Jason and make him walk me through a tech article on this. But this side goes your master cylinder, rounded pinned in, and this. So I guess this is supposed to like set depth from your push rod or whatever.
That's cool though. That's a cool tool.
It's cool. Then you don't have to figure out what it is because if the rod's too long, then you're gonna run into issues where it's putting pressure on your brakes.
Yeah.
And you also don't want not enough rod so that your brakes go down an inch or whatever before they start working. So I'll call Jason and have him walk me through this.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's already made a video on it.
He does, but I'm still gonna call him and tell him he has to help me do this. You know what? And if he doesn't, I got a cell phone number, so I'll just put it online.
Just put it on the next
And
video.
everybody
on the next video
can call Jason and figure this out because I bought this thing for $12.99. He owes me a personal instructional video. This is also our computer mount for our Bronco in there. We're putting the computer under the seat and we're going to redo all the wiring on it. So this is like a who's it, and then there's a what's it down here. But this is like the bracket covers and everything for like to hold the computer mount.
That's nice.
And very nice piece. I put it all together, but we'll wait till we work on the Bronco to figure that one out. So anywho, here's what we started this whole package with. So all this jazz goes on the firewall, and this allows us to run the like aftermarket 3 3/8 dual diaphragm booster on the truck instead of having to run that other booster. So it gives us a little bit more adjustability. This screws into the rod on the master cylinder, or extension rod, whatever you need to run on, depending on your setup. And this does something for other things. And then this, I'm sure, goes to it too because it came in the bag. So
Is this all for the Bronco?
No, these parts right here are for the service truck.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. I'm all over the place, but anyways, the same thing. I'll call Jason, have him give me a personal instructional video. You know, maybe I'll FaceTime him.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, we'll just put his cell phone number on the internet, along with his home address and whatever else I can put out there. So make sure he takes care of us. What else did we do? I'll show you the wheels I did for Luis real quick, and then I'll pass the mic.
Luis get some new wheels for his truck or another project?
No, so they're the wheels that were already on his truck.
Oh, okay.
And they were like billet, and he wanted to. This weekend is the F100 show, in so it's a Texoma F100 Roundup in Gainesville. And he wanted to change his wheels up. He said, hey, can we do them before the Roundup? And I said, yeah, no problem. He took them off, brought them over, and they were just chewed up. He's had them on the truck for a long time. So the lips need to be addressed on them, where he drove terribly, apparently, because he just hit it.
Are they rashed?
They were terrible. Like, he's a grown-ass man.
Do you do TLC on that?
Yeah, had to grind the edges down on them, do a little bit of work. Well, the car was getting blasted. I thought the wheels were going to clean up a little bit. I thought they were just raw aluminum, but they actually had a coating on them.
Oh, okay.
Because we were just going to like clean them up and Cerakote them. Just one color so they looked a little better. And then with all the rash on them, I was like, oh, so, everything escalates.
Yep.
Things got out of hand. So had them blasted, then we epoxied them, fixed some stuff on it, and then we're trying to figure out colors and going back and forth on that. Well, I just sprayed them today. I hate spraying wheels too. Nobody's perfect, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you how I'm not perfect.
I was going to ask you to paint my wheels, but now I know better.
Don't ask me to paint. I hate painting wheels.
What about side pipes? You do those?
I'll definitely paint the side pipes. So.
Oh, these look nice.
They look good. So that's just a Destroyer gray off the Challengers or Dodgers or whatever, and then the middle is Wimbledon white.
I like it. It's a little bit more of a vintage looking white. It's got, I'm trying to see if it picks up on camera. It's kind of a cream color.
It's Wimbledon white. So it's an original old Ford color. And then that's his cap. I think it came off like a Ford Taurus or something. I don't know. But it fits. And it looks good when it's on the truck. But if you look real closely, you'll see all my screw ups. Like, look, there's a run. There's a run. I hate painting wheels. And then there's a run on this one, there, and there. And then there's a run on this one here, and here, and here, and here, and there, and a little bit here and here. This whole wheel has a run on it. And then I'm pretty sure this one's got a run.
Back.
There's a lot of runs, and then there's a run that starts here, and it goes all the way around to here, and it stops, and it picks back up, and it stops, and it picks back up. So there's a run in every wheel.
At least you
all the way around.
Keep it consistent,
It's good. I consistently screw these wheels up. So now is Thursday, and he has to have the wheels on tomorrow. So I have to sand and buff these wheels that I was hoping to shoot, which I knew better. I knew I was going to get runs in them. And it's all in the same spot, which is aggravating, because like you can't spray this wheel and not get overspray on everything. Like you can't spray here and not get clear here. You can't spray here and not here. So like this lip, not the first lip, but the second lip, caught all the clear apparently, because it's got runs all the way around all four wheels.
You need like one of those little wheel rotisseries. So that way it just spins as you spray.
That's what the guy said too. Canton's like, you should do that. And I'm like, then that means I have to do more wheels. I don't like doing wheels.
Well, I got some wheels I need you to paint, so Cerakote specifically.
Cerakote's easy. You don't have to clear it. It's the clear coat that gets me on this.
So is that clear over Cerakote? Because you said you Cerakoted those, right?
We were going to. This is actually cleared.
Oh,
this is actually paint.
That's actual paint. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So a good painter is judged by how he can fix his mistakes. And I'm going to have to fix a lot of mistakes on those wheels. I guess that's about it.
Now, when you fix those, is that more of like a wet sanding and buffing them out type of deal?
So what I'll do is I'll tape that lip so I don't sand over the edge of it. And then I'll tape just below the run on it also, and then I'll mix up glazing putty, like body filler, and I'll put a thin layer of glaze over it. So that way and after the glaze dries, I'll untape that area or whatever, and then you just sand until the glaze is gone. So the glaze will protect so you don't burn through it. Put glaze on, and then once all the glaze is gone, your runs are gone. Helps you keep from burning through, 'cause especially on something rounded like that, you're gonna get like bypass on it. You're gonna be digging into either side of it. So if you put glaze and putty down, it keeps you from burning through. Is all it does. So all right, we'll see you when you're done. Who do you want to talk to now?
I guess.
Go knock on the door. Blake just went in the bathroom. Go knock on the door. Just go wait for Blake.
Wait, where's Keenan at? Has he just been skipping out on Thursdays?
Did Keenan quit, or did you fire him?
Part-time.
He's part-time. Keenan's part-time.
Gotcha. So that's why I was asking.
Now, we could probably just open the door. You want to see what Blake's doing?
Sure.
Blake, are you pooping? No, are you pooping?
Maybe.
If I open this door, can Eric come in and talk to you while you're on the pooper?
I don't have to go in. You could just hand him the mic.
No, you need to go in and just check him out on the toilet. Can we come in, Blake?
Yeah, come on in.
How'd you reach the handle? Did you just get up and touch the handle with your pants?
He duck walked, dude.
Did you duck walk over the door, bro? I don't trust you now.
I don't either.
Eric, I'll give you $20 to go in there right now. I'm not going in. He's inviting us in?
This is kind of scary.
Eric, that's on you, bro.
Oh.
Just go get him on the toilet, see what you get.
Guys, I was on TikTok. What are y'all doing? Why didn't you come in here? What do you mean?
I'm scared you're going to wink at me.
I was trying not to make eye
I was
contact.
just on TikTok. Oh, damn, I didn't wash my hands. Have you seen the sign on the other door?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here, show 'em.
You have to come in here.
Oh, it's on the back
Yeah.
side. That's right.
If you don't wash your hands, you nasty.
Nasty. Wash your hands.
That's why we have this stuff right there. There we go. Perfect. Am I up or no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh. Okay.
For some reason, he saw you go to the bathroom and he fixated on that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, glad you weren't doing anything serious.
No, I wasn't. I did the Dana 60 yesterday for the service truck, which is, these Dana 60s are pretty tough to do. You have to make setup bearings for the carriers and the pinion bearing, so you can, because you're going to be taking that stuff on and off again, putting shims on, checking pinion depth. Then you set the preload on the pinion bearings, and then you put your carrier in and set your backlash. And the shims on the Dana 60s go in between the carrier bearings and the carrier case, unlike 8/8s or like a lot of GMs where you can adjust the shims on the outside. So it's pretty frustrating, but we got it fairly decent. If you want to zoom in on the pattern, I'm sure we'll get some comments on that. People will tell me if it's done right or not. I don't have to listen to it whine.
I love that.
Right?
Make the boss man.
Yeah.
The guy that wants to get rid of you.
That's right.
Make
I
him
know.
listen to it.
Yeah, let's go over here. I got
Okay.
So I saw last week's video and I was pretty discouraged. I feel like my work is not appreciated, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not making sacrifices for the shop. So he was trying to trade me up or trade me down, trying to get somebody in here. So
Trying to get some
to
half-used
replace
tires,
me.
man.
Yeah. I mean, I was on my boat on an island off the coast of Colombia when he asked me to come work here. And he'll tell you different. He'll tell you that I called him, but that's not the case. He was like, you know, sitting on my boat, the beautiful exotic island in the Caribbean Sea, and I get a text from him on my satellite phone. He's like, we really want you to be part of the team. We want you to come here and work with us, blah, blah, blah. So obviously we quit sailing and came back, and that's a pretty big sacrifice to come back to work here, huh? And I left that to come work with this guy.
Yeah.
So, and he was talking about, I said, well, fine, I'll just send my resume out and I'll go work somewhere else. And he said he wouldn't support anything I put on my resume. So instead of putting my resume out, you know, on paper, I thought I would just show you guys like a little example of some stuff, some work that I've been doing around here, especially at the shop. Start with one. We do a lot of plumbing and stuff, and as you can see, the hose clamp is, I like to put them on a little bit bigger, just so you have a little room. And then I cut it flush on one side, and then the opposite side here, where it's kind of at an angle, I'll just turn that down so you can't see it. You know, so there's one thing. Electrical. These are called spade connectors, and they just kind of come on and off like that. So I like to leave a lot of copper showing, and then you just put these in the vise and clamp them down, and then good to go. Also, we've got some these are called quick connects. We use these a lot. You just spin these off.
Oh yeah, those are Super Pro right there.
And
1-800 Super Pro.
Yeah. So I mean, once you guys see that, I don't think I'll have a problem getting another job. So, anyways, let me know. I'll put my email in the comments or the description or whatever. So, yeah, I feel like he was mistreating me. You know.
Yeah.
and I felt hurt by that. How I don't feel like my work is valued.
I'll take a full set of ling longs for it. Somebody give me look, I'll take a 50% tread set of rear drag radials or a brand new set of 195 70 13 ling longs.
Damn. That's hateful, man. That's hateful.
Let me know if you see a tear on them.
You never know around here.
No, for sure. For sure. You gotta cover your junk around that, dude.
Oh, God.
Oh, what's up, man? Did not see you there.
I'm like a ninja, dude.
You did sneak up on me.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I thought you heard me.
Heart attack. Shop update this week. Y'all saw the wheels for Luis. That was a lot of wet sanding.
Did you work on that?
I did.
Wet sanded those?
Wet sanded the wheels. We all had to take turns. Each person got a wheel. What else did I work on this week?
Did you work any more on that 63 and a half Galaxy?
No.
Gotcha.
Casey cut me out to 63. Oh, I was body working on that a little more, blocking, taking a lot of material off from the last guy that we had doing some of the body work on it. What else? Oh, BelAir helped Nick and Chase get the BelAir tour apart and prep a lot of these parts for epoxy. Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's it, bud. I think that's it. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. I love it, man. Stay tuned next week.
That's it.
I guess first up, pocket check.
Pocket check. Let's see what I got this week. This is a Benchmade 940.
Nice.
It's a M4 steel.
Woo.
Oh yeah.
Looks nice.
I brought a neck knife also. I'll show you that one. It's a CRKT minimalist.
I like that.
My way.
Low profile.
Get it.
Go ahead, go in between.
Get the
So this week, I guess we really kind of worked on these doors. We did some wheels. We cleaned the BelAir a bunch. Got it ready for epoxy. So yeah, these are all the parts that I guess were hanging up last week that got epoxied. Yeah, it's been a busy week, but it doesn't look like we've done much. But.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, Casey took a whole rundown. I let him go first this time. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no big updates, but we've been working.
This is what I've been working on this week. Got it finished up, about to spray the first coat of poly on it. We did all the body work, so it should, after a couple coats of poly, just come out straight, and then all we have to do is 220 and 320, and then this should be done good on the jams. Flip it over, start working on the outside. Finally finished all the parts in poly. The car is in the booth now. Pretty sure you probably saw that.
Yeah, I think he's about to spray it, so.
Yeah, the motorcycle parts got polished, and so we're just ready for the customer to pick those up, and Justin's tailgate is still waiting for paint. But yeah, trying to get an epoxy with all this humidity going on, so not create more work for us. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been working on this week.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, catch back up next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, KC gangsters, we're out of this joint. Bye.